Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful. Listen to this, how crazy this is gonna be at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Scorpioni. You are going to have this very, very strange sign. You are going to have this really unusual sign at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Scorpioni. And this sign that you are going to have, it's going to be so big, it's going to be so powerful, and it's instantly going to remind you of who you are, how different you are, and what a level of the spiritual knowledge you have. The level of a spiritual knowledge you have, my gorgeous Scorpioni, is so much different to every other sign, because you are so deep. And you see things in a completely different light. You see things from a completely different angle. You see things from a completely different lens, really powerful lens, very deep and spiritual indeed. So this in itself, it's actually going to make you feel really good about yourself. You're going to snap out of something really negative that has been holding you back for a very long time, my gorgeous Scorpioni, from doing what you know that you are going to need to do at this stage of your life. Let me talk to you a little bit more about this particular sign. This particular sign you're going to have, it's going to be really strange, really unusual, and it's going to seem like completely out of this world. If there were like about 5 different people standing with you and looking towards the same direction, you would be the only one who would be able to notice this sign. So it's going to be something really unique to you. And even if you kind of talk about that sign to somebody else, I can assure you that lots of people wouldn't be able to understand what are you talking about. I would be able to understand, trust me. I understand everything. But anyway, lots of people wouldn't be able to understand. So it's going to be something really personal and something unique to you. And it's going to be a combination of, things that have been kind of on your mind for a while. The combination of like something spooky, spiritual, like an instant psychic and an intuitive message. So about this sign that you are going to have, this is more about it's bringing you like an instant psychic and an intuitive message. Where I know it's going to start sounding really weird, because this instant message, psychic message that you are going to have when you have this sign, it's going to lead towards you realizing like what's making you feel, insecure. You see, now this is when things are going to start becoming really weird. So you have that sign, you have this intuitive, you have this strange sign, and you have this intuitive psychic message, which is instantly going to boom, 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 somehow remind you of what is making you feel insecure. You have no idea how important this is going to be when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, because whatever you're going to realize here, it's also like kind of it also has been limiting you. This has been limiting you for at least the last eight weeks. I would go like within the last 8 months have been, oh my God, the last 8 months, but especially within the last 8 weeks. And this is why it's so important to not only recognize this, but also to come to terms with this as well, so you can grow and you can move on, because this has been affecting your inner strength without you even realizing. And it was also like kind of like it was affecting you when it comes to you needing to be patient with certain things in life, you know. So this is why this is going to be so important. So you're going to realize that, you know, whatever this is, it's not only about what's making you feel insecure, my gorgeous Scorpione, but it's also about you having this big moment when it comes to you needing to walk away from that ASAP, like as soon as possible. Okay, this is so important. Listen to me, my gorgeous Scorpione, this is more important than you can possibly imagine. Okay, very important indeed. And also when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpione, at the beginning of this week, listen, you will realize that you're gonna need to start making certain changes when it comes to your diet. You know I'm gonna say this if I say it. I don't care. It's just so important, nutrition and what we put into our body. The more bad things we eat, the worse we're gonna feel about ourselves. It is going to start affecting our body, our mind, our spirit, and it's going to start affecting our energy field. And once our energy field is affected, then things slow down in our lives, and we don't attract the right people and the right experiences into our lives, because our energy doesn't match what we want, what we feel, what we are focusing on, and what our goals are. Listen to me very carefully. At around the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Scorpione, you're gonna feel, it's gonna come to you, oh my God, maybe you had too much chocolate. My gorgeous Scorpione, stop eating so much chocolate. Maybe you had some kind of sugar that you shouldn't have had. You know how many times I said sugar is worse than that stuff they put up their nose. You know, it's worse. Yeah, believe me or not. Believe me or not. Believe me or not. Yeah, you know, maybe you were having like a late night snacks. Maybe you were eating at around 11 o'clock at night, and I would strongly suggest not to do something like that, you know, like not to do really late at night, for example. But I know that this may sound so boring, you know, but it's true. So when it comes to you, what you are not doing right in terms of a diet in your life, and sorry, now it's time to do something about it. Please go with this flow. Maybe you're just gonna realize, oh, I'm not drinking enough water, for example. Maybe it's just going to be as simple as that. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm just not drinking enough water. It really depends what is going to come to you. But it's important for you to pay attention to this, because now this is a very sacred stage of your life, and there is a reason why you are going to have this. Within the next few months, your life is going to start changing tremendously, my gorgeous Scorpione, and your energy is going to be more important than ever. Okay, so this is why this is something very important. It's about to start here. So the moment in time you become aware of what you shouldn't be eating, or which dietary changes you need to make, or maybe something you're going to realize something is missing in your diet, you know, the moment you realize this, you need to understand that there is a big reason for this. And this is going to lead towards like you being prepared and being ready for what's to come later on. The next few months are going to be remarkable. The time of changes, the time of new ventures, the time of new beginnings, you know, you need to be prepared, baby. And that's why your body, your mind and your spirit is going to slowly but surely start to make you aware of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing in terms of your diet. You know, this is why this is going to be so important. By the time you come to the second part of this week, oh my God, this is crazy. So excited to do this reading, because I know that this is going to be an important week for you, my gorgeous Scorpione. Okay, you are going to overcome a really big obstacle. I'm not being funny, but at around the midweek, you know, there is a really big victory you're going to have. And when it comes to this big victory, this is to do with this really big obstacle you are going to overcome here. And I'm not surprised about this whatsoever. And when it comes to this victory, when it comes to this really big obstacle you're going to overcome, you're also gonna realize that there is some kind of important conversation you're gonna need to have with somebody. You will know who this is, trust me, because you're not gonna feel too delighted about having conversation with somebody after this moment in time. Almost as if like you're gonna need to kind of have some kind of negotiation or something like that, but you're gonna feel like, oh God, you're just not gonna feel like bothered to do this, because I suppose maybe because of the person, something is going to be putting you off, or maybe you're going to need to go somewhere, this is going to be putting you off, but my God, this is going to turn out to be ridiculously successful for you, ridiculously successful negotiation. Something major is going to come out of that negotiation. There is a more that's going to happen to you than you can possibly imagine. You're going to become extremely active after that moment in time, not only because this negotiation is going to be really successful for you, my gorgeous Scorpione, but it's also you are gonna realize what exactly do you need to do when it comes to this specific goal of yours. You will realize exactly what do you need to do when it comes to the specific goal that you actually had for a while. Okay, you will know exactly what are you gonna need to do, which effort you're going to need to put towards this specific goal. There is something really important you're going to find out, and I'm afraid there is no other way to find out but to have this particular negotiation. There is something major you're going to find out. It's like a revelation. Oh my God, just out of the blue. You did not expect this. You will not expect this whatsoever. Well, now when I'm telling you, you will be prepared. But seriously, even when I tell you, you are still going to be absolutely blown away here. Indeedy. By the time you get to the last part of this week, I'm not surprised how creative you're gonna feel. You're going to feel extremely creative, my gorgeous Scorpione, and you're going to, I don't know, whatever makes you feel creative, whatever you do when you feel creative. Maybe you will want to, I don't know, if you're a painter, painting a picture, maybe you will want to paint some kind of a new picture. I'm just taking an example, really. Maybe you like cleaning your home when you're creative. Maybe you like cleaning your home. Maybe you're going to be cleaning your home. My gorgeous Scorpione, whatever you do when you feel really creative. The bottom line is you're going to feel full of energy at the end of the week, and you are going to do something where you're going to be able to project this energy towards, and you're going to end up doing something. And that in itself means that you are now... at the moment in time you're so creative, you really are going to have two specific realizations that are going to come to you completely out of blue. Number one, there is something that you had difficulty starting for the last 2 months, for the last couple of months. There is something that you had difficulty starting, and it's just going to come to you for the first time ever. What do you actually need to do? For the first time ever, what do you actually need to do? Like a really important realization. And the second thing, my gorgeous Scorpione, you're also so when you feel creative, so first of all, you're gonna realize what you need to do when it comes to you having problems to start something, especially for the last couple of months. And the second thing, you're gonna realize, that how much you want, which things in your life you want to reorganize, which things in your life need to be reorganized. And that in itself, it's like important part when it comes to your spiritual journey. But also on another note, what else I was going to say to you, that there is something, something legal or something something you forgot to do, and it's really important. It's like something like legal, like something like maybe like a, I don't know, something so serious, but there is something that you forgot to do, and you will be reminded, of this. And you're going to realize, oh my God, I'm running out of time. But it's to do with something legal or something really important. Like, I don't want to say it's like, oh, starting some kind of a court case or something like that. But it really reminds me of, like, oh, I don't want this to sound really bad, but there is something that you're really going to remind yourself, that you're going to remember, that you forgot about. And if you don't do that, maybe, I don't know how to say it, but if you don't do that, maybe you can, like something like serious, not serious, but oh God, I have to carefully choose my words because I don't want to upset anybody. But anyway, the bottom line is you're going to realize that you forgot about something at around the end of this week, because you are, something is going to happen. Something is going to happen and it's going to remind you of your past. It's going to remind you of your certain memories. And then, oh my God, you're going to remember that you forgot that you need to do something. You forgot something really important that you need to do. And you will know this is so important for you to do, because if you don't, maybe you're going to end up in the court or something. And I don't want to sound really crazy. It doesn't have to be court necessarily, but there could be some kind of consequence, like serious consequences like that. So don't do that. You don't want to let it go that way. But the bottom line is that you are going to do something about it, and that's important. And you are actually going to have a really great time, and you're going to find this extremely rewarding, because there is also a very interesting person that you are going to come in contact with, who's going to give you very, very interesting advice as well, like ridiculously wise advice. This is really going to surprise you. Okay, so now my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Scorpioni? Let's just see. Oh my God, of course, sorry darling. Okay, this doesn't have to be a negative thing, I suppose. This in itself, it's like, to be quite honest with you, the beginning of your awakening, my gorgeous Scorpioni. The bottom line is, this week you are going to have an important revelation. Listen to me very carefully. This week you are going to have such an important revelation. And when it comes to that revelation, what you're going to need to act now with. But at the same time, at around the time when you have this important revelation, your skills are going to be highlighted. Your skills are going to be highlighted that you forgot about. And when we are great at something, when we are so good when it comes to specific things that maybe not everybody is good at, then this is our gift. This is to do with our destiny. This is part of who we are. And we can ignore this aspect of ourselves for as much as we can, for as long as we can. But it's always going to keep on bouncing back until we are ready. And you're ready now to recognize these skills and take them on the next level of your spiritual journey. You see, lots of people don't realize how powerful blue topaz actually is, especially when it comes to activating your third psychic eye. Yes, lots of people do not realize how significant and how powerful blue topaz actually is, because once we activate our third psychic eye, we start to understand things we never understood before. We kind of elevate ourselves both spiritually and mentally as well. This in itself, it's ever ever so important when it comes to understanding so much about ourselves in general, understanding so much about this life in general. You know, it really helps you to go through and to go forward in life with a completely kind of deeper, with a completely different understanding, much deeper, much more spiritual, much more serene when it comes to things that have been kind of bringing you down, when it comes to things that have been scaring you, when it comes to things that have been draining your energy in general. All this stops when you wear blue topaz. Why? Because you see things differently, and you know, because it activates your third psychic eye. You elevate yourself to the point where you see literally every single aspect in your life in a completely different light. So why is this so important? Well, it's important when it comes to you progressing in life and making the most out of life, but it's also ever so important when it comes to you protecting your precious energy. You know, it helps you to protect your precious energy as well, and this is why it's so significant. I mean, look at this. Absolutely stunning, my gorgeous people. And this is a handmade sterling silver bracelet. Okay, handmade sterling silver gate bracelet. It's 7.5 inches long and it's 10 millimeter wide, so that is quite wide. And of course, this is like a really high quality blue topaz crystalline, and this is something that I would highly recommend you to wear, my gorgeous people. And blue topaz also allow you to channel your inner wisdom and find a perfect pathway to successful opportunities, you know. And to be quite honest with you, like anyone who wears this will embrace will embrace their authentic self and trust, you know, you will trust your own power, and you will most certainly, you know, do things in life that are gonna bring you success in general. You know, you tend to make the right decisions when you wear these powerful crystals. So whether these decisions are like when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your career, when it comes to money, you know, it does help you quite a lot, you know, to make the right decision, because it grounds you. It grounds you in a really specific way. Can you imagine how powerful this crystal is when on one hand it activates your third psychic eye, therefore you elevate, you become so spiritual like never before, but then on another hand it's also very powerful when it comes to grounding at the same time, when it comes to you recentering yourself at the same time. And this is why, because you don't worry about things that you shouldn't be worrying about, and very often as well people don't realize how draining this is on our overall energy, you know, and we are not able to get in our life, you know, to the certain stage, you know, as quick as we actually could. So it really is ever so important when it comes to you realigning yourself like instantly as soon as you put this on, my gorgeous people. I really highly suggest you to get this beautiful blue topaz handmade bracelet for yourself, or you can buy it for somebody else. If you think that somebody else can benefit from it, you know, why wouldn't you buy it for them? It's absolutely beautiful. And the link to buy this gorgeous bracelet, my gorgeous people, it's going to be in the description below, or it's going to be, or I'm also going to pin the actual link on top of the comment section as well. But it is a rather beautiful bracelet, and of course I only have few of these in stock now.